Hi, I'm Max from Ferrum. This is our booth at CanJam LA. So here is Erco, which is our amp and DAC combo. It is based on the ESS 9028 Pro DAC chip. And actually it's a scaled version, integrated circuit version of our flagship headphone power amplifier ORR. It's a desktop amplifier, so it doesn't have a remote. It was designed with the desktop use in mind. Here is our HYPSOS power supply. It's a very universal power supply. It's a hybrid design because we're using switching power supply and linear one inside. That way we're getting the best thing of both worlds. So we have really efficient power supply, but as well because of the linear design, we have the really low noise design as well. So as I said before, here is our ORR headphone power amplifier, and below it, and actually I'm going to tell maybe something more about ORR. ORR is a discrete headphone power amplifier. It is really powerful because it is able to put 8 watts of power into 60 ohms on its balanced output, which is, for example, perfect for Susvara. But the most important thing is this discrete design. When we were designing it, we made 3 different prototypes, and after some distinctive measurements and listening sessions, we took one of them, and that has been made as a final product. And below it, we have our WANDLA, our flagship converter. There we are using ESS 9038 Pro DAC chip, but we've redesigned the current to voltage converter stage. This stage is a bottleneck of the most ESS 9038 Pro designs, and we've made it completely differently. We're using very low noise, fast current feedback amplifiers for this purpose, and they're working really brilliantly. And many people say that finally that ESS doesn't sound too analytical. It's much more musical. There is not too much hiss in high regions. Yeah, and here as well there's a GoldenSound edition of our DAC. It's a little bit different software. So we have 3 additional DSP features. First of them is the Impact Plus, and it's actually a bass boost, but it's not just a typical bass shelf, but we have additional peak around 60 Hz, where the most enjoyable bass region lies. The second one is tube mode, and we're actually using the THD compensation feature of the ESS 9038 Pro DAC chip, but in a bit wrong way, because we're not lowering down the distortion, we're actually adding it, but only a second harmonic. This makes sound a little bit more relaxed, easy sounding, but of course it's only an emulation, it's a subtle change. And the most important one feature is the spatial enhancement. It's not a crossfit. It's not trying to push the soundstage in front of you. It's actually doing the opposite thing. It widens up the soundstage and give it more resolution, so you are more able to pinpoint from which direction each sound is coming. Yeah, and this is about GoldenSound Edition features, but I have to say about some distinctive features of the WANDLA itself, the original one and the GoldenSound, which are the upsampling filters. Because right now you can choose from 5 different filters. One of them is standard ESS filter, but we have 4 HQ filters, which stand for HQ player, because UC designed filters for us, and we have them on our Serce module, and they're much better than standard ESS filters, and they really change sounds a lot. They have much better performance, much better aliasing rejection, and so on, many other different factors. So here is our most, here is the least compromise is here. So we have a power supply, our HYPSOS, which is supplying both of the devices by the power splitter. And here's one thing, that actually right now we have the dual output HYPSOS, so you don't need the power splitter anymore. And the solution is more neat because you don't need as many cables, you need only 2 of them. But this is the most flagship design because of the discrete, really powerful headphone amplifier and the flagship DAC. But here is the more affordable solution. So you have an amp and DAC combo, which has a little bit less performance, but it still retains really good sound signature, in a more affordable price.